What's up world, One Tech Traveler here. In my hand I've got the Creative iRoar Pro portable speaker, and I've been using it for the last month or so together with the Creative Outlier Gold. You can check out my review of those wireless earbuds, which I'll link just so. This one's taken a bit more time because I wanted to really test it out and all of the features and goodness that we have in it, considering its size, dimensions. This is honestly packing so much power, great quality, and if you want to just put it in its travel pouch and take it in your day pack going outdoors. You can find my written review on my website at onetechtraveler.com, so make sure you check it out if you want more details and visuals. And if you think it's the right speakers for you, go ahead and check out the links. I put it down below where you can go and buy one. So without further ado, let's dive into my review. Okay, so sliding in, we have the Creative iRoar Professional Series portable speakers. This one is the top of the line that they offer in the portable range, and they do also have a travel compact version, which is the iRoar Go, and a mid-level version, which is the Sound Blaster series. Okay, so that was the unboxing. Now it's all about sharing my experience using this. I've used it in different apartment sizes, different places outdoors, but mostly sitting on my desktop when I'm editing away on my laptop, and just as a home system, streaming Netflix, YouTube, and playing music on my phone. And I've really come to love the sound that comes out of this. Initially, it sounded quite muffled, drowning out the trebles and clarity of the vocals. But once you dial in the equalizer, which I highly recommend, and taking advantage of the intelligent audio profiles that Creative have set, depending on what you're watching, films, games, cinema, you're gonna find this has really enjoyable music and sound staging coming out of it. Two active tweeters flanking on the front next to the woofer, which is seen through the metal grille here and on top. And you have two passive radiators coming out of the side. You're gonna be able to enjoy the best sound experience from this when you are sitting central or facing it, either very close to it, like on a desktop, or in a corner or underneath a TV. Passive radiators do a pretty good job of widening that sound stage, but the sound really comes alive when you're facing it, but also at higher levels. It's crazy to think that for such a small, compact speaker that's relatively weighty but manageable at 1.1 kilograms, it packs so much power. Most of the time I'm using at 25–30% volume, if that, and that is volume 3 to 5, and it goes above 10 like crazy amounts, but way too high for me to test out without disturbing all the other neighbors. But you're gonna get some serious sound quality and volume out of this, and it wasn't even distorted either. The power for the DC outlet to go in, USB audio, so we can connect using that red cable via micro USB. You can even put your own micro SD card slot, so if you don't want to connect to anything, put it in here and it will automatically play locally with a toggle for shuffle and loop. 3.5mm headphone jack audio in, optical in if you want to connect it to larger home system setups, and even got USB-A port that is for charging. What I really love is the bass production on this. Sometimes these kind of form factors suffer because they're pretty small, but when it's laid on a surface, the amount of bass that comes through and reverberates around is really impressive. I enjoy listening to a variety of genres, but mostly ones that have good weighty bass levels. And this one produces it very well, excellent in fact. Hardware quality is very good. You're getting a mix of metal and plastic, but it feels really premium and nice in the hand thanks to different textures and patterns. That metal grille on the front and the sides, chrome gold trims along the edges, and then on the top we have that glossy finish that contrasts the matte black on the back and the bottom. Super grippy as well with these two strips. So overall, hardware wise, excellent. Now it comes to the battery life. Creative rates it at 20 hours. At 25%, I was easily clocking 14, 16 hours, which is pretty good actually, considering how much volume comes out of it, and it fills up a duplex, a big apartment, and a room in a house comfortably. Any lower than that, if you want ambient, you're gonna be able to get close to 18 plus. And of course, if you start pushing it more, then that number nosedives quickly. Day to day, for the battery life and amount of volume you're getting, this is very impressive.
See, I finally opened up my eyes, and I saw me coming back to life. That I'd be better without you inside. It's time to be someone I wanna recognize. The future starts right now. I made a reservation. The future is now. I waited for you in the passenger seat. There's only so far I can ride in your dreams. While you were chasing everything else but me, I'm starting to break out from the grave. See, I finally opened up my eyes, and I saw me coming back to life. That I'd be better without you inside. It's time to be someone I wanna recognize. The future starts right now. I made a reservation, but you never came, so I'm checking out. The fire you stole away, I know one day we'll come back around. The future is now.
Touch controls as well on this are very good, super responsive, has a nice touch detection area, never had a problem with it. And I like how it speaks to you when you've powered it on, when it's connected, disconnected, so you can be sure that your actions were registered. What was surprising is that this actually has Bluetooth 3.0 rather than the 5.0 currently available. And while you think that impacts the distance and maybe the connection, the bitrate transfer of music or sound coming through on videos, it honestly didn't have an impact at all. It has aptX, so you get low latency, which means voices are in sync with videos that I'm streaming on YouTube and Netflix, and audio that are transferred from my phone was reliable. Had my phone in different parts of the room or away, and it never disconnected as such. Outdoors, where you might get more interference, maybe a bit shaky, but in my experience and testing and real life usage, that hasn't made any noticeable difference. NFC, I always love having NFC. My Galaxy Note 10 Plus supports it, my Sony Hero 2 headphones. I like having that instant pairing, and when I have multiple devices connected, then tapping on NFC is a great way to change the active device that you want to play sound from. Or you can just do it from your device. But very seamless, very easy to run. Considering its size, it over-delivers what this sort of form factor is capable of. Now, one of the other features is, of course, RAW mode, which gives it a bit extra. RAW mode can help bring out the clarity and crispness of your trebles and vocals to the foreground, which adds some great sound separation and depth. and kind of just giving it that slight lift. I quite like it because you do get very clear vocals coming through, especially if you're watching movies. So it's a nice feature to have on it. And then of course it can take calls as well. There's a call function on there, which if you press it, actually activates your voice assistant. Makes sense considering, yes, you can say, hey Google, or hey Siri or something. But if you are playing very loud music, it might be difficult to pick up your voice. So being able to press the button is a nice way of doing it. When it comes to picking up my voice, it's very low. You have to be close to it. It has a 9,000 milliamp battery, which is great, and you can charge your phone on it, but it's limited to 1.5 amps. So even if you have a USB-C cable, you're not going to be able to take charge of that faster rate. I also would like the ability to charge the device itself through USB-C, but overall, Creative's done a fantastic job with the iRoar Pro that I still enjoy using on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so that wraps up my thoughts on the Creative iRoar Pro portable speakers. It's the top of the range and it really holds up very well against other rivals. The amount of inputs you have is impressive, and of course it's all about that sound signature, especially using their IROUR app, which has all the different intelligent audio profiles, which does actually make a big difference depending on what kind of medium you're watching. It just delivers great sound quality despite its compact shape. Now yes, there are far more compact travel speakers and bigger speakers that deliver extra volume, but this is a really nice balance for those that does want something very agile and mobile, even great for pairing with a projector. You've got really good immersion soundstage on this, and it's not going to take much space in your backpack or even in your car. Battery life is very solid, and like I mentioned, I rarely needed to go above 25-30% volume just because it packs so much, especially when you add that raw mode that just brings vocals a bit more to the fore. Considering how alternatives are either much more expensive, much bigger, or sacrifice a bit in battery life, this is a great value for money compact portable speaker that audiophiles and people who love music are going to appreciate. Again, you can check out my written review on my website at onetechtraveler.com, and you'll find the links down below if you think it's the right speaker for you. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, just hitting the button down below to see more awesome videos like this one. So thanks a lot, world. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, keep being awesome. Peace.